All right, this is our second update to the house renovation, and good news. Tonight will be our first night actually sleeping here at the house after a little bit over a month. We have all the utilities on. We got the leak fixed, so we can now stay here, keep the water on, and not have to worry. Well, let me preface that with we got the leak fixed in the house. They dug up under the sink and found the leak, and no longer leaking in the basement. Having said that, the leak out in the courtyard is still there, so we have to have somebody come and take care of that, and it's not easy. You have to go through a process, and so we're just waiting on some information that we need to hire somebody to do that. We started working on the shutters. I bought some paint thinner to use on the railing and on the shutters to see how that works, and honestly it doesn't really work very well. I put some on there and it's not really doing much, or at least not what I had hoped, so it's basically going to just sand them both down. I'm going to sand down the rails. I'm going to sand down, or we already started sanding down the shutters. We need to go back to the store and get some wood filler, some paint, some rust protecting paint and coats for the railing. It's definitely going to be a long project, but we started it, so we've made some progress.
Another thing, we had today second time our architect. He is taking all measure, he's taking all size to prepare our case, to start with works, what we need to do, what we want to do, and after we will decide what we are going to do.
What we can afford.
Yes. This is absolutely first condition. Yeah, what we can afford, what we need urgently to do, and what we want, our desires. He is very precise. He is measuring all walls, checking all rules, normatives to be within code.
That's a big deal here. Obviously, we have codes and stuff in the US as well. Here, if you hire someone that's not licensed, or even if they're licensed, they do things, they can do it perfectly, within code, everything. But if they don't fill out the proper paperwork, talk to the right people, get the correct permission to do things, it can invalidate a lot of the work that you do. And what I mean by that is if you want to sell your house later, or if you want to have somebody else do work on your house later, and they go back and look at work that has been updated on your house and it didn't go through all the right rules and all the right paperwork has been signed, you can either get fined, or they can say, no, we can't do this, or you can't sell your house. There's a whole lot of things. So things need to be done the right way. And our architect is doing that. Having said that, the previous architect didn't, so it's causing other problems, but that's something we'll deal with later. Having said that, I'm glad it seems like we have somebody who is precise, like Elena said.
Today will be our first night. We will sleep in this house because tomorrow here is La Fiera Nazionale del Tartufo Bianco.
Which is a fair for like white truffles, and it's a big deal here.
Yes, and we want to participate. We want to go, maybe make another
yeah, we're gonna make a video
episode, yeah,
like we did with the cheese festival in Bra. This is another really big festival for truffles. A very famous area for truffles, so we will be making a video.
We decided to sleep here for this reason, because we don't need to search park, because tomorrow will be full of people. Above of all, we would like to sleep here in our home, to see how is the evening, how is sunrise, sunset.
Yeah, because every time we come here, we have to leave and we have to drive an hour back to the city. So it's nice to come here and not think about having to drive home later. So now we can work all day on the things that we want to work on, and it'll be nice to be able to wake up first thing in the morning. I've never seen the sunrise here, so I'm looking forward to that, and then being able to just have dinner out on our terrace with an amazing view. So another update is we did get the gas on, which is great. One heater works in the house, which is fine. So we ordered an oven because the previous contractor that we had that fixed the water line told us that the oven and the other heater in the kitchen wasn't good. So they removed those and we will replace the heater later. But the oven we bought. We bought a new one and we had it delivered yesterday, and it arrived. We were excited. Okay, now we have gas, we have heat, we can start cooking here. and they asked us if we wanted to open it to make sure if there was any issues, because we have 15 days to complain, whatever. And sure enough, they opened it and it was damaged pretty bad. So they literally opened it, and then 2 seconds later, we just filled out some paperwork and they just took it away. And now we have to schedule another day to come here. And it's not that big of a deal. It just kind of made me laugh because we drove an hour out here yesterday to do that. We knew we were coming this weekend, but we had other things that we wanted to do, but we ended up coming here, and we didn't get the oven hooked up and do the things. But anyways, these are just things I'm starting to get used to. Like, they don't really upset me anymore. They almost make me laugh. Like, I'm like, of course the oven is broken. Of course this thing doesn't work. Of course we have extra paperwork we have to do.
It's not a rule. Of course, something.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, it's so funny. Like, our architect that we hired, is great. When we first met him, because the previous person that we had hired to fix the water line, like I said, was 2 hours late the first time, and then he couldn't even do any work or didn't do any work, and then we waited maybe 4 or 5 more days before he actually came back to the house. So this guy, when he came, he told us to meet us here at a certain time, and we're driving an hour from the city, so I think we were like 2 minutes late, right? We were pretty much on time, and so he called us and was like, "Hey, we're here. Are you guys coming?" And we were like, "We're right around the corner. You're there already?" Like, we were actually surprised he was on time. We were like, "It's 11 o'clock. You're supposed to be here at 11, and you're here." I expected to wait, So when things go right, I'm actually more surprised. So when things go wrong, not that I'm inviting things, but I'm starting to get used to it and almost laughing at it now. But it just makes it that much more satisfying when things do actually get complete. I think one other project that I didn't talk about that we need to do that our architect told us is that the floor in the kitchen is kind of destroyed. So our original plan was to have a bathroom installed upstairs. So heating and cooling installed all through the house, and then have a bathroom. Those were kind of our main priorities. But after talking to our architect, our main priorities have shifted to replacing all the windows, replacing the floor in the kitchen because it's pretty messed up. That's a bigger deal. There's a big crack upstairs that needs to be repaired and redone, and there's still the heating and cooling. So those are our main priorities now. And then whatever money we have left over, if we have a decent amount, we'll install a bathroom. Otherwise, we'll have to wait for that. So our priorities have shifted a little bit, but still, the house is in a good position. Having the architect come here and tell us that the house is good, and there's no major obstacles for them to do the work. It's just paperwork and bureaucracy that, okay, fine, is encouraging. And so now we're just waiting for the quote. So that's it for this update. Tomorrow we're excited to go to the Truffle Fair, so be looking out for that video hopefully soon. And we also have another big video that we've been filming for the last week around Turin. So hopefully that video will be coming out in the next couple of days as well. So we've got some more stuff on the way. Ci vediamo. Ciao.
Ciao.